Oh boy. Oh boy. What's really good? What's really happening with everybody out there today? You know what I'm talking about? Welcome to the Yee Yee Show. You guys already know where it goes down. And thank you guys so much out there for tapping in. Let me know who's tapped in. Let me know who's out there right now. It's 7 p.m. That West Coast time, Pacific time. And this is the Yee Yee Takeover. And this is the show where we're going live and direct. We're keeping it real, and we're just having that junk talk, and welcome everybody aboard. And I want to thank everybody. And how's everybody doing out there? We got a few people in right now watching what's happening. You know what I mean? Don't be scared. Tap in. Let us know where you're calling from. Let us know where you're at. Hopefully you got your drinks in your hand. You got your whatever in your hand. You know what I mean? And you're ready to get down with the yee yee. Ah, and what's happening with everybody out there. So today we're live. What's happening with everybody? It's a beautiful day. It's 90 something degrees out here in Northern California, and it's 7 o'clock. It's still 90 degrees, and ooh wee, it's hot. But today we're gonna go live. Today we're going live. Well, we already live. But today we're going live, but today we're going double live because what we're gonna do right here is we're gonna go live right here, and then I'm gonna show you guys what's happening, what we're doing. You know what I mean? What we're doing right now, we're going double live. I don't know how many people have done this before, but we're going to try to do something that's kind of not been done, that I haven't been seen done. But the Yee Yee is here. We're taking over Saturdays, and I want everybody in the junk world. I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be the junk world. It could just be any home service. If you're getting down with home services and you're making your money, you know what I mean? You're getting busy. That's what it's all about. But today, I got something else. I got something else right here. We're going live. We're going live. You see, there's my camera right there. There's my camera right there. We're going live, double live today. We're doing a double banger today. I'm going to go live on Instagram right now, also. So we're going to take over Instagram, and we're going to take over YouTube for Saturday night. And I hope everybody got money today and everybody was doing what they were doing. But let's go. We're going to go right now. I'm going to go into Instagram Live and let's check it out. Let's go. Let's see what's happening. 3, 2, 1. Oh boy. So what's happening, everybody out there? You know what I mean? What's happening? This is the Yee Yee takeover. And if you guys are tuned in out there on Instagram, you know what I mean? You're tapped in. We're going live. We're live and direct. We're live right here. And we're live right here on YouTube right here. So everybody out there, you're getting a double dose of what we do. I got a live situation right here, and I got a live right here on Instagram, and you guys are seeing me live because, this is what we're doing. We're taking over junk removal talk, and we're bringing that real deal to you guys. And, this ain't no joke. We're having fun with it. People tap in. You're in a Yee Yee studio. This is how it looks when you're behind the scenes in the Yee Yee studio. But what's up with my peoples right here? I got my peoples right here on. We're live also on YouTube. So if you guys don't know about my YouTube channel, make sure you guys check out No Limit Hauling and Junk Removal on my YouTube channel. So make sure you peep that out and check that out. And I'm talking about, we're live and direct right now. We're on both platforms. We got Triple G Junk Removal tapping in. We got Cisco from the 916 tapping in. We got Triple G tapped in, you know what I mean? Checking in from SoCal. We got Northern Cali. We got Southern Cali in the building right now. Who else is out there? We're really, really doing it big right now in junk removal. And, it's a lot of people getting money right now in junk removal. And, you know, we're, we're bringing it to you. And, there's a lot of people out there getting it. You know what I mean? Maybe I hope a lot of you ain't feeling really the side effects of being slow right now, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? People are back to school. People are back to school, so you're gonna feel a little bit of the hump right now. And hang on, I can't even hear my. Let me take these things out of here. You know what I mean? Let me give you some of that real deal right there. There we go. I just took those things off because I wanted to hear and make sure you tapped in better. So but yeah, we're out here getting it, and we're blessed to get it. Hang on. We're blessed to get it, and junk removal has really, really blossomed. Junk removal is so big right now that if you try to get pay for leads, or you try to get anything out there right now, you're going to see how ridiculous it is. People are charging you for things, and you know what I mean? It's just junk removal has taken off. Shout out to, see it gone junk removal. What's up, my brother Cisco right there? You know what I mean? I see you guys everywhere. I appreciate you guys tapping in and showing love, and giving me your time. But as we see, junk removal is so big right now. Everybody is doing junk removal, and man, it's just make sure you guys got your drinks in your hand. We got these red cups. Make sure you guys, what I mean, enjoy the festivities that we got going on right here on the Yee Yee show. And I just hit a milestone. I had a goal for Instagram. We're right here on Instagram. I had a goal for Instagram. I wanted to go live on Instagram and tear it up, but because I started my Instagram all over, I basically turned off my personal Instagram and started the No Limit Hauling and Junk Removal Instagram to help everybody out there. And I had to get 1,000 followers because Instagram, you need 1,000 followers to go live. And look, in less than 1 week, I got over 600 followers. So I was able to go live because this is what we're going to do. We're going to take over Instagram, and we're going to take over YouTube. So if you're watching right here on Instagram, you can click over to YouTube also, No Limit Hauling and Junk Removal, because we're live and direct on both platforms right now. So, it's a blessing. And I'm trying to show you guys out there that everybody could do this. You know what I mean? Everybody could set something up like this, and you could look real professional, and but you can look the way you want to look. You know what I'm talking about? But this is what we're doing. We're right here on YouTube, and we does it for the people. This is Yee Yee. This is the takeover. You know what I'm talking about? Thank you guys all for coming on in. And we got a couple, we already know Cisco's in the building from the 916. And my boy's out there ranking. My boy Cisco's out there ranking, baby boy. That guy's out there ranking, taking over, dominating. I mean, I'm talking about dominating with that SEO. But anyways, you know what I mean? We got my partner right here, you know what I'm saying? What license should I go with for a beginner? I would go, if you're getting your for a beginner, if you're getting in junk removal and you're getting your license, you can get Next Insurance, a gas lamp insurance. There's so many insurance companies that you can go with out there. I think everybody goes with this guy named Toby. I think he's also a speaker at the Junk Expo. He was there last year, and you guys can link up with him. There's you you can link up with other people know about Next Insurance. His name is Toby, and he's all over Facebook too. But I would go with that type of insurance, and be careful before you think about getting insurance, because these big vehicles cost a lot of money to insure, and it's not just the insurance for big vehicles. Let me tell you that. You see this? I paid $750 for my registration today. 750 bones for my registration today, just for my truck. So insurance for the truck, registration for the truck, insurance for the trailers is big money. I say start less is best. What's happening, everybody? This is the Yee Yee takeover right here. We're on Facebook right here, and we're live on Instagram right here. And I'm showing you guys how to take this over. You could do it the same way. Get you a mic, get you a computer. I got my other mic right here that's logged into this phone, so that's why it sounds so professional. And we got the lights going on, and it's a party. We're here Saturday Night Live. You know what I'm talking about? We got drinks in hands. This is what junk removal should be about. You've been working hard all day. You've been getting money all week. You need to come somewhere where you can be entertained and talk about junk removal, and no more BS, no more high school shit. Just, everybody just what's happening. You know what I'm talking about? That's the yee yee. What's up? What's up with Denise? I see Denise is in the building. What's up? What's up? What's up? You know what I'm talking about? Thank you for giving me your time. Thank you for tuning in. And I got the Neff right there, Vision Paint, you know what I mean? Vision Paint Group right there. My boy's doing it big in the Bay Area, buying them houses, them properties, and investing. So a lot of us don't realize that junk removal is so saturated right now. Junk removal is so saturated right now. I'd be looking for another side hustle, another home service business. If you're doing gutter cleaning, pressure washer cleaning, there's so many other businesses that you could do right now to make money, especially when junk removal is just saturated. I don't care what the people say. I don't care what the so-called gurus say that it's not saturated. There's no competition. They're lying to your face. Figure out another hustle, get you another side hustle, investing. There's so many ways to get money. Home services are number one right now. You can do so many things right now with home services. I'm trying to tell you, you know what I mean? Like the Nev said, power wash is a good business. Power washing cars, properties, sidewalks, driveways, garages, backyards, pressure washing houses, especially if you like, if you know a bunch of painters, if you know a bunch of painters and you can say, hey, before you go to the house, I can pressure wash the whole building. Because there's a lot of painters, my nephew right here, you know what I mean? He would love not to have to power wash the whole house and always do this because you know, that's just less work for him. And you know what I mean? There's always going to be competition. Yes, indeed. You know what I'm saying? What's up with the, you know what I mean? With the dumpster peoples in the house. And pressure washing is a good business because everybody got a dirty house also. And especially in the winter, people, the fall's coming up, people all want to have their houses looking good. There's window cleaning, there's gutter cleaning, there's roof pressure washing. There's just, man, I just got a pressure washer the other day, almost brand new, a Craftsman 6.6 that has all the attachments, has everything. I said, I'm not selling this. I'm keeping this for myself because I'm gonna pressure wash my own trailers at my yard because I just found out we do have a hose there. So I'm going to be pressure washing my own trailer. I went and got my truck detailed today. And they had to run my truck twice through the car wash because it was so muddy, so dirty. They were like, yo, Mr. Yee, we got to run this thing twice. We ain't going to charge you twice, but we got to run it twice. It's so muddy and dirty. I said, man, do what you got to do, man. Make it look beautiful. You know what I mean? Because the truck is outside looking beautiful right now. And me and the wife are going tomorrow to, we're going bike riding tomorrow. I got the pad in back of the truck for we could put the bikes in back of the truck. And we're going bike riding. We're gonna go ride the ferry tomorrow in Sausalito. We're gonna go to Angel Island. We're gonna do a little bike riding tomorrow. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do a little content on the bike, also recording me on the bike with the music, with the chilling, and Mr. Yee's world. You know what I mean? I think we got what somebody say out there. Power wash after removing the junk as a add up sale. You can always when you're in someone's house, you know what I mean, you can always you know what I mean, what we call that is when we go to a client's house, we like to upsell. And when we upsell, you know what I mean, we tell them we can do this also, we can do that also, we can remove those tree limbs right there, we can also clean your gutters. We can also, a lot of people are afraid of cobwebs. A lot of people are like, man, I need someone to come around here. I can't afford the pest control, but can you come and do that? That's just another form. And then right now you got the holidays coming up. People will pay you to decorate their house. People will pay you to put up their pumpkins and make them a light show. People will pay you for Christmas lights. There's a lot of people who make good money with Christmas lights. I watch a lot of YouTube. There's a lot of people out there who make good money doing Christmas lights because they provide everything. It's like you're renting all their lights for like 2 months and then they come and get them. I'm trying to tell you guys, spread your hustle. Spread your hustle because you know what I mean? Times are getting tough. There's a lot of competition out there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people you know what I mean, getting out of the shadows and taking care of their own destiny now. You know what I'm saying? And let me see what Triple G says. We try and upsell pressure washing with every customer. There you go. You know what I mean? Let them know what you do, because closed mouths can't get fed. When you guys don't let people know a menu of what you do, there's some people who just say, nah, I just do junk removal. I ain't doing nothing else. Then let them do nothing else. But you can have so many hustles and do everything that you want to do. Because when somebody says, I only do one thing, you just kind of limited yourself to that one thing. So, that it is what it is. You know what I mean? And, that's just what I'm talking about. Spread your hustle, and but how's everybody doing? It's Friday, it's Saturday night. We're live and direct right here, and it's the first time I've ever did a live and direct on both atmospheres. You know what I mean? Instagram, what's happening, and then we got YouTube popping off. You know what I mean? I hope everybody's getting ready for the fall. I hope everybody's been making money all year. I hope everybody has been getting money all year. And if it comes to a slowdown, it doesn't affect you, because you've been storing your nuts, you've been saving, you know what I mean? And when it starts to get a little bit slow, the time right now, don't buy anything. If you're gonna buy something, wait until December to buy something, especially when it comes to equipment for your junk removal business. Don't buy anything. Buy it when December comes and people need that Christmas money. When people need that Christmas money, oh man, homie, you know what I'm talking about? They hungry. They selling everything. They already starting to sell. If you go on Facebook Market right now, they already starting to sell a lot of things, and you know, that's just what they doing. But you take advantage of that when they start doing that. You know what I mean? And but that's what it's about. You know what I mean? I'm a guy with a beautiful truck and two beautiful trailers. I carry those 15 cubic yarders, and we got those hydraulic lifts in the front. We got those telescopic lifts, and they do damage. They do exactly what I need them to do. And when it gets slow, I make sure one of them is always my dumpster, so I don't got to go to the landfill. I make sure one is always on deck as my dumpster at my yard. So I break everything down. I separate my scrap metal. My guy comes, picks it up, and it's just a blessing. You know what I'm talking about? And working smarter. You know what I mean? And everybody out there. You know what I mean? Slow it down, hit them brakes, and grow your way. Grow to the grow to the speed that you need to grow. When you try to hit that gas, when you try to hit that gas and grow too fast, you might burn out. And you don't want to burn out. I'm trying to tell you guys, there's a lot of people with equipment sitting, equipment not being used right now, and they're just scratching their head. How come my phone's not ringing? Whoop, 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 whoop. Because maybe, you know what I mean, you try to look like them, and you try to, you know what I mean, try to make this look a certain type of way. But in all reality, I'm gonna hit you guys with some facts right now. In all reality, this is junk removal. This is one of the most boringest businesses ever. So you guys can debate that. You can say he don't know what he's talking about. It's the best thing ever. It's the best thing since an iPhone. You know what I'm saying? But you're wrong, because whenever somebody whenever somebody is scrolling on social media, guess what they think about junk removal? It's a boring ass business. Trust me, there's a lot of people who wake up in the morning and are not getting up, scrolling and looking for junk removal. You know what I'm talking about? It goes with painting, it goes with painters, it goes with plumbers, it goes with landscaping, it goes with electricians, it goes with all these home services, AC and Havoc. It goes with that. Shit is boring. People are not going on social media looking for that. It just happens to pop in their algorithm. But people are not looking for that. You know what I mean? What people are looking for are those funny ads right now. Those funny, my milkshake, book, 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 to the yard, my milk. Yeah. How many people have heard that milkshake song right now? How many people have went on to TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and seen somebody dancing to that milkshake song? And how many minutes, I mean, how many seconds in your life have you watched it? You know I'm speaking facts because you watched it out there. You're watching that milkshake. My milkshake brings out it. You're watching that shit because you know what I mean? That is a funny character, magnet driven advertisement. Your before and after picture is basic as fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's straight boring. I'm trying to tell you. You know what I mean? Ain't no one really tripping off that. But you have to really post and post and post and be real creative right now with your business. When you're not creative right now, when you're not creative music, I'm trying to tell you, you're just a basic, boring ass junk removal business that people are scrolling like this. They're not even caring about. They say the average person, it takes the average person to even think, think about junk removal to see you 5 to 7 times. The average person has to see your ad, your post 5 to 7 times. Then from 7 to 12 times, that's when they start saying, hmm, hmm. Then when they see you 10 to 15 times posting, and then you have reels now that are like making them interested, that's when they hit that button, call to action. And they may not even get the job. You may not even get the job. They might just call you and say, "Hey, I just wanted to lock your number in," or "What are your prices?" And now you're going to realize, damn, just like that billboard on the side of the road, it takes that billboard to be seen 50 times. 50 times when that billboard is being seen, then they make that call. Your yard sign on the side of the road, it takes an average future client or somebody in that area to see that yard sign 25 times before they even think about calling you, because the more they see it, the more they think about it. It's getting into an algorithm in their head, and then they decide to make that. But if you're just posting, there's so many people right now posting. I give it up to all you guys out there. All you guys out there are posting beautiful. You guys are making, what I mean, your before and after pictures. You guys are talking in front of the camera. You guys are holding your microphones up and doing all this. You know what I mean? Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. And but you really don't have no humor in that. You really don't have no personality in that. You really don't have that much confidence in that. I'm trying to tell you guys, you know what I mean? That you really got to be more creative right now. You better be creative music right now. This is the Yee live on Instagram right here, baby. And and we're live on YouTube right here. But when it comes down to social media now, you really, really, really got to pay attention and see what other people are doing and try to lock it in, because you only got about 3 seconds. 3 seconds. You only got about 3 seconds to attract somebody's attention, to really get them saying, and then they got to keep on seeing you posting constantly, constantly. So you got to have the look, and the look is you. You don't got to have their look. You got to have that look. Your uniform looks nice. I don't wear, I wear dry fit, long sleeves. This is my look. You know what I mean? You got to have the look. You know what I mean? For them to even think about it, you got to have the confidence. You gotta have the confidence. You gotta talk this, live this, sleep this shit. You gotta show up everywhere with your truck, your trailers, your logos, your shirts. You gotta constantly have confidence. When you guys have confidence in your business, you'll be winning. But you gotta have confidence. You gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta have humor in this shit. You gotta have a lot of personality in this shit when you're building that brand. You know what I mean? When you're building that brand, you got to have a confidence in yourself. You got to get up from behind that camera. Number two, you got to be authentic. You got to be you. You got to be authentic when you're doing this, because if you're not authentic when you're doing this, uh-uh, uh-uh. Nah, people are going to see right through you. When you have these things, confidence, the looks, you're authentic. Oh man, you can walk in. There's no category to this story. I can make money in any territory. You know what I mean? Because I got that confidence. I got that look. You know what I mean? I'm authentic. I'm the yee yee. When people see me in the back of me and they say, oh, yee yee, that's who I created. That's what brings people a smile. That's what, you know what I mean? Today, I posted up one of my tutorials, you know what I mean? For people to see my tutorials. I had a client just bless me with a tutorial today. You know what I mean? And of course, I posted it. I edited it, but I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen. If you see on my Instagram right here, you see on my YouTube right here, I posted that little short today. A little, I think it was like 18-second short, but I posted that content and I showed you guys how I mixed it up. How I mixed it up and I edited it and I put it out there. And you see how simple it is? The client did everything for me. I didn't have to say anything. I just had my trailer in the background with my phone number and my name of my business. And the client said my name. The client said where they found me at. And the client said how good of a job I did. Those three things right there build trust. And that's what we want. We want to build trust. It doesn't just have to be junk removal, it can be any home service that you do. Have trust. You want to have your clients trusting you. You want to have your clients believing in you. You want to be like, you want to hypnotize them like that piper. And that cobra comes up. You know what I mean? You want to be the piper. You know what I mean? Roddy Piper. You want to be the piper of this. But you got to have these three things. And I see so many of my brothers and sisters, it's not just in junk removal, it's so many home services, the way you're posting, the way your social media game is. I'm trying to tell you guys that this marketing, digital advertising, this SEO, you got to step your game up. And Mr. Yee Yee, I'm going to help you guys. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to, you know what I mean? I want to help you guys grow. I want to help you guys master. I want to help you master this social media, your reels, your TikToks, your Facebooks. So, you know what I mean? I'm gonna start running a course where I'm gonna help you guys. You know what I mean? You all you have to do is reach out to me individually. Let's talk. Let me see your social media. Let me see what's going on, and let me help you from confidence to building a character to building a humor personality and getting that brand out there. I want to help you. So you know what I mean? I don't want to outsource it to anybody. I want to help you. I want to show you what apps I use, how I do this. You know what I mean? What type of music I put in and what type of content I do. Because if you guys see my content now, I don't even speak on my content really. I don't even put prices or anything on content. I let my reel do all the talking for me. And I only have 30 seconds or lesser to do this. But I let my stuff do everything for me. You know what I mean? If you see my reels, my newest reels, I don't even talk because I let my actions, my personality, my brand, my authenticity, whatever that word is, do all my talking for me. And that's how I gain trust through my community, for my clients. And I'm like, you know what I mean? The more they see me, the more I post, the more they see this, the more they believe it, the more they trust it, the more they say, you know what? I do need that. I do need that. And that comes with practice. So, you guys want help on that? You guys want help on that to you know what I mean, get better with that with those reels on social media? You want help mastering those reels? You want help with editing? You just want help period? Like what am I doing wrong, Mr. Yee Yee? Can we chop it up? Can I get a phone call with you? Reach out to the Yee Yee. You know what I mean? And you're going to be able to holler at me. I'm gonna take a look at what you got going on, and we're gonna make it happen. But you got to get at me. You guys know how to reach me. You can reach out to me, you know, DM me on Instagram. You guys can message me on Facebook. No limit hauling and junk removal. Mr. Yee Yee, aka Rudy Uribe, on Facebook, and especially right here on Instagram. You could just DM me, and you guys already out there know how to reach me. All you gotta do is make that call, and Mr. Yee Yee would do it all. So I'm trying to help you guys because right now, man, you better be creative. There's a lot of people right now, man, just like sleeping on the game and just like, I'm not saying any of you guys are doing bad because you're doing your best. You're going to chat GBT. You're asking AI. You're going to chat GBT, create me this, create me this. But I'm going to tell you right now, chat GBT can't create personality. Chat GBT can't create a humor. Chat GBT can't create feelings. Chat GBT can't create emotions. And chat GBT cannot create trust. But ChatGPT can surely create a description for you and get you a recipe. But you got to have that confidence. You got to get from behind that camera. You got to be the face of your business. You got to be that brand. That brand got to be out there. But you gotta, you know what I mean, just work on some things. So, reach out to the Yeeeee. I'm trying to say, you know what I mean? I'm gonna be running this course. I'm not gonna tell you guys how much it is or what I cost or what I charge. You have to reach out to me, and you're gonna get some real deal content that I'm gonna help you guys with. I'm gonna show you guys everything I do to post my reels and to get me in a different audience, because a lot of our businesses, we are advertising to our brothers and sisters. I see so many people with so much content out there, really advertising to their brothers and sisters in the business. And you know what I mean? What really puts bread on the table? What really feeds the family? Advertising to your brothers and sisters? I don't think so. You know what I mean? I don't think so. So, that's what I've been learning, and that's what I've been mastering is, marketing to a different audience. And how you're going to get that different audience, reach out to me. I'm going to give you that recipe. I'm going to show you guys how to catch their eyes, how to bust those reels. And you'd be surprised what you can do, what you can get when you reach out to somebody who's in the game as you, because as you know, I am junk removal. I eat, sleep, and shit this. You know what I mean? This is what I do. I do junk removal 24/7. You know what I mean? But now what I've been doing lately is just been mastering social media content. Far as you don't have to spam social media. People think you got to spam social media. You got to post this many times a day. You don't really have to do that, because a lot of times when you do that, a lot of people hide you and see and push those three buttons right there and say, let's see less. And you know what I'm talking about? A lot of people get tired of how many times you post. And then there's some people who say, I don't care. I'm going to keep on doing it. Well, keep on doing it. But guess what? You're still boring. You're still boring as fuck. You know what I mean? You want to excuse my language, but you know what I'm saying? You want to get real, you want to make it happen. That's what you got to do. You got to start putting some more love into that content. You know what I mean? And I'm the yee yee. I'm gonna give it to you how it is. Reach out to me. Let's check your content out, and let me give you my opinion, what it needs, and let me show you how to make it go booyah. You know what I mean? Booyah. And how to help you grow with your business growth, and of course, bigger profits. Because that's at the end of the day, that's what we want, man. You know what I mean? That's what we want, is to capture more clients, get more people's recognition, and gain more businesses and gain more clients' trust. That's what we want. We want people to trust us. We want people to be all in and feel good when they, you know what I mean? When they reach out to us. I had a client this morning, you know what I mean? Found me on social media. The mother shared my content with the daughter. The daughter was so happy. Bam. You know what I mean? The daughter was so happy. I don't wear Ray-Ban glasses. I don't go in there with Ray-Ban. I don't do Ray-Ban. I never bought a pair. My wife wanted me to buy a pair, but I never bought a pair because you know what I mean? I don't need them. I carry my camera and that's how I record. I ask the client, can I get a testimony? I ask the client, can I do some footage? You mind if I do a before and after? I always ask the client and let them know this is what I do to promote my business. And the clients are like, yeah, no problem, no problem. But that's what it's all about. But also, I had that client today say, hey, I got no problem talking and doing a testimony for you. I said, you only need a good 10 seconds. You only got to say a few lines. That's it. And they're like, oh, that's it. I said, absolutely. And guess what? I got the client's testimony and I got a Google review today from the client. And future, that client's going to be a lifetime client. That client's always going to use me. That client said they need their garage cleaned out. They need a few other things cleaned out. I said, no problem. Let's do it. I'm here for you. I'm double trailer Rudy. Let's do it. You know, I can drop a trailer off. I can drop it. You load it. I haul it. And I was just giving that client so many options. So many options. I was giving that client so many options that they were amazed. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. Is giving your clients a menu, letting them know what you do. But you know, we need to work on, you know what I mean, that social media, that online presence that is also so good for your SEO because you know you're going to create more business by the interwebs keep on seeing you. So if you keep on posting about I made $1,000 a day, I made this a day, I made that a day, who sees that? Who sees that? I see it. I see it, but I'm not giving you no money. I'm not having you come to my house to do a job. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. You can post so less and get so much more because less is best. Like I've been telling you guys that for so long. It's the yee yee. Make sure you like, you subscribe, make sure you tap in and hit that like button. You know what I'm talking about? And you know, trying to tell you guys that you know I want to help you guys out. I want to offer this new little training that I'm gonna be doing. But you know, you gotta reach out to me and say, Mr. Yee Yee, please, please help me out. What am I doing wrong? What do I gotta do? You know what I mean? You can send me some footage. I could chop it up for you and spit you out a reel and you know send it to you. Cause you know, in reality, all you need is one reel a week. You get that one reel a week and it keeps on being seen, being seen, being seen, being seen. And people are watching reels and video more than before and after pictures. But then you can also make a reel of a collage of pictures. How I hit them. And it's so much effective because people are seeing you. Every time you post, you're gaining a little bit more trust. But you know, a lot of people post and they don't even realize you got the captions covering your face. You're posting. You know what I'm saying? So you know, these are things that you know, when you become mature in this business, you reach out for help and say, "Hey, man, I don't want to go in next year. You know what I mean? Like this, I want to up my game. I want to tweak my game. What I got to do?" And you know, that's what EE does for you guys, man. I had to sip some of that privilege right there. Ah. But you know what I mean? You know, that's what I'm going to be running for you guys. And, you know, I speak highly of this because I believe in it. And, you know, other people doing this, doing that, I'm not worried about all that. You know what I mean? I would love to help you guys attack social media. And, you know what I mean? You don't want to pay for ads. You want to just kill it on social media. Reach out to the Yee Yee and let me help. You know what I mean? And you'll be surprised, man, what you can do when you up your game up. And a lot of people say, I got no time for this. I got no time. I got this. I got that. Make time. You make time for bad habits. Because trust me, I made time. I made so much time for bad habits back in the day. I made so much time for bad habits back in the day. I make so much time for my favorite TV shows, especially Friday night TV shows. I make time. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I make time to bring this content out there. I make time to go live for you guys out there. I'm going live on a double banger right now. You know what I mean? And this is game I'm spitting to you guys. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you can run with it, you can laugh at it, you can say, man, you see, he don't know what he's talking about. Okay, okay. Check my social out, check my reels out. You know what I mean? My reels look better. My reels look better than some of your reels that you guys are paying for ads. You guys are paying for people to do your ads. My reels look better than that. But I want to help you level up to look better than my reels. But I don't want to do it for you. I want to show you how to do it. I want to show you how to master editing. And you know what I mean? You can do it. You just have to want to do it. And that's just it. Because a lot of us take a lot of time watching social media, scrolling, seeing what they're doing, watching what they're doing. That's what it's about, man. You know what I mean? You gotta be with it, man. We're coming in 2026, and there's a lot of people out there, man, doing, you know what I mean, doing reels, editing, but not in the right way. And if you want to up them up, you post constantly, but you post with the right content. You know what I mean? You want to outrank them, you get with the right SEO. And you guys already know what we're doing with that. Beware of those. We're taking that over too. You know what I mean? It's the Yee Kong. You know what I mean? It's the Yeezilla. You know what I mean? I'm a whale out here. Trying to tell you guys. And you want to know why? Because I got that confidence. I got that look. This is what I do. You know what I mean? I'm true to it. You know what I mean? I've been bringing you guys content since day one. That's why you guys love the yee when you guys see the yee. You know what I mean? And I love you guys. You know what I mean? I wouldn't do this if you guys weren't supporting me and giving me your time. And I get so many calls every week. I get so many calls, people reaching out for me all over the United States, from New York to the West Coast to the Mid South to down South. I get calls, people reaching out, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing. You know what I mean? But now it's time to spread the olive branch and help you guys out getting what you need to get with social media marketing, social media advertising. You know what I mean? You want to be on TikTok? Let's kill the TikTok game with those reels. You want to be on Facebook? Let's knock those reels out on Facebook so it catches people's eyes. And let's stop marketing to, you know what I mean, your brothers and sisters in junk removal, because they're not putting no money on your plate. You know what I mean? A lot of people just want to take from your plate. You know what I'm talking about? But what's up with everybody out there? We got no questions. People tap in. What's up? I see some people in the house. Tap in. This is what we're doing over here, man. I got Instagram live. I got YouTube live, man. I'm probably the only guy who does a double banger like this. You know what I mean? And this is what I do. You know what I mean? I'm true to this, man. Like a great King Shaka. Zulu. You know what I mean? What's happening? Everybody out there, don't want to ask a question. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid. It's the yee. I'm live and direct, man. And you know what I mean? Yeah, get on it. You know what I mean? And you know, it's hot. It's still money out there. There's still a lot of people looking for services out there. And you just have to get it. You know what I mean? But grow with it, let it grow, and don't rush it. Don't rush this game. When you try to rush this game, man, you lose, bro. You lose. You know what I mean? Because there's another person taking your place already. Junk removal is so saturated right now. There's so many people doing junk removal because junk removal is so easy. And there's so many people doing junk removal because contenters like me showed them how. Contenters like those other guys and those other channels showed them how. That's why there's so many people doing junk removal right now. And some of you guys are getting it in other areas, but maybe if you were in my area, you may not get it like that because you know what I mean? We're a big pond. We got a lot of alligators in our pond. You know what I mean? You better be a Moby Dick out here. Better not be a goldfish. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? You know, I've been chasing paper since, you know what I mean? I've been a toddler. You know what I mean? That's how long I've been addicted to it, since I've been a toddler, since I came out the womb. You know what I'm talking about? But it's going down. You know what I mean? We're taking over Saturday. This is what I chose to do. I chose to take over Saturday, and those are some pretty strong words that I use when I say the yee yee takeover. Because a lot of people are like, "Man, you don't know what you're talking about, man. You're not taking over." Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm gonna keep on posting. I'm gonna keep on putting out reels. I'm gonna keep on putting out content. I'm gonna keep on going live. And guess what? I'm not even gonna tell you how much money I made a day, how many jobs I had a day, uh, what I did in a day. I'm gonna let you see it in my reel, in my social media content. I'm gonna let you see my reel. You know what I mean? You'll be like, damn, who's doing that reel? Is he getting his reels done from overseas or whatever? No, I'm getting my reels done the way I do them. You know what I mean? Of course, I got VAs. You know what I mean? Mr. Yee stays with the VAs. I got a team. You know what I mean? I used to have a triple beam, but you know what I'm talking about? Cream. But but I learned to do this myself because I test a lot of people. You know what I mean? I test a lot of people to see what they can do and what they do. And you as you guys have seen, you know what I mean? I didn't test it. I didn't been the guinea pig. I didn't put my money on the line to bring you guys this content and see if it was real or raw. And there's a lot of people saying, "Hey, how come you're not making a video about your Facebook ads or about what you do with that?" And I said, because that's my prerogative. When I decide to put that reel out, when I decide to put that video out, I'll talk about that video. I'll show you guys, I'll tell you guys how it's going with me and what I'm doing with my Facebook ads and how's it working for me, or does it work? Or is it better just to do a Facebook boost? Or do you have to pay someone to do your ads? Or can you do your ads yourself when it's that time? But when you tap in with Yee, when you, excuse me, when you reach out to Mr. Yee, you get all that info. You get access like that. You get damn near get almost 24/7 access, because when you tap in with Mr. Yee and say, "Mr. Yee, I need help with my social media, man. You know what I'm saying? I need you to help me out with my social media. We got certain plans. We got a menu for social media that we can do for you guys." But you gotta tap in and say, "Mr. Yee, what are the options with the social media? What are the packages?" And I'm gonna tell you, these packages are very affordable because I'm making them for you guys. And I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. And that's just it. I want to show you guys how to up your game, how to bring in more clients, and how to have fun with it and humor. And bring it, make it exciting. You don't got to be perfect. The best content is when somebody's not perfect. The best content is when you do mess up. The best content is just when you're being authentic, when you're being yourself, when you're not trying to be like them or look like them, and you're just looking like you out there. Because when you're going to that job and you're out there, you know what I mean, removing that junk or doing your home services, whatever you're doing, you're out there doing it. You know what I'm talking about? So it's time to master it and be about it. You know what I mean? And say, "Man, I need to step that up, man. You know what? You absolutely right. How many jobs have you guys out there right now got from social media? You know what I mean? How many jobs have came in this week from social media? Or how many jobs have came in because somebody seen your yard sign? Or how many jobs have came in because somebody seen you on Google? Or somebody seen you somewhere else? But how many jobs have you got that came from social media uh, uh this week? You know what I'm saying? Or because we all ask our clients, "How did you hear about me? How did you hear about our business? How did you okay whoop whoop whoop?" You know what I'm saying? So I know I got a job from Facebook today because they seen what I do. They seen the magic I do with my social media. Bam! Hit him with that Babe Ruth. I should have just pointed my finger and said, "I'm gonna hit it over there. I'm gonna hit it over there." Ah, you know what I mean? For everybody who's joining in right here on my Instagram, this is Mr. Yee Yee. You know what I'm talking about? Right on for tapping in. What's happening? And we're also going live right here on YouTube. We're live right here on Instagram, and we're live right here on YouTube. I'm doing a double banger show today to show all you guys. You know what I mean? This is what I do. I eat, sleep, and shit. This. I got the studio. We're in the Yeeeee studio, man. This is what I do. And I'm the guy with this with his face on his shirt that people love to see. You know what I'm talking about? It's just what I do, man. Tap in. If you guys got any questions, man, tap in. You want to say, hey, Mr. Yee, how could I get connected with that? All you gotta do is reach out to me, man. You know what I mean? And let me help you. Let me help you. Let me help you put a dent in that social media game and up it up, because a lot of people are, you know what I mean, slacking on that. You know what I mean? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Yes, we're on a studio. We're in a studio right here. You know what I mean? I can't give you guys too much of a tour, but we got the lights behind me. We got the lights in front of me. We got. I don't even want to mess with my camera right because it's at a good action right now. But we're doing it live and direct. We got the other camera right here, and you guys are tuned in. You know what I mean? My brother Cisco right there. Congrats on getting the number. To go all the way live. Well, that's just, even if, you know what, even if nobody taps in, even if nobody taps in and nobody reaches out to me and nobody taps in when I go live, people will see it later. This is where I do content, because later on in life, you can always go to YouTube or Instagram and see what I did and see what I created and see the dent I put in for the future and see how I mentor people and see how people are so thankful that I do what I do. Because not a lot of people have these cojones, these guts to do what I do and get out here, especially, you know what I mean, in front of the camera. And like, I dedicated my life. You're in the Yeeeee studio, baby. This is what I do. You know what I mean? And I dedicated one room in my whole house is dedicated to this. This, you know what I mean? Is what I do. You know what I mean? Studio quality, you know what I mean? With the lights, camera, action. And I'm taking over Saturday now. Junk removal. I got Thursdays too. Don't forget about the other show on Thursdays. Don't forget about the other live on Thursdays. And then all through the week when we go live. So, but now I got my 1,000 followers on Instagram. So I'm gonna be going live on Instagram a lot now too, and showing the people out there what's happening, how I do it. And that's just it, man. You know what I mean? And if a lot of people want to challenge it, you know what I mean? Challenge it, do what you gotta do. But let me know what your business company name is so I could really rank it and see if you really are ranking. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're just pranking. It's a lot of people who pranking out here. It's a lot of false prophets out here. But gotta watch it. You gotta watch who you believe now these days. You gotta watch, because I'm trying to tell you guys, man, 2026, it's gonna be a lot of people getting less envelopes. It's gonna be a lot of people shutting down doors and saying, man, I ain't doing content no more. There's already a few of them already who have jumped the ship and said, man, I ain't doing this no more. I'm out, and hit the back door on people. You know what I mean? And but that ain't the yee. The yee is here. The yee is everywhere. If you look there, if you look there, if you look there, if you look there, if you look down there, I'm everywhere. You know what I'm talking about? Because this is what I want to do. This is where I want to be at. This is the content. This is what I do for you guys. And podcasting, you know what I mean? YouTube casting, streaming on social media. This is where it's at. This is what, you know what I mean? Chat GBT and AI is looking at right here. This is because every time I finish this, boop, it goes right up to YouTube. Boop. You know what I mean? So when you go on my GMB, everything pops underneath. Yada Ming. I got all that content out there. And I'm in it for the long run. So, it's just, you know what I mean? A lot of people, you know, if the phone don't ring today, the phone will ring tomorrow. You know what I mean? And it's just that's how I know it, because that's how I set it up. You know what I mean? And I'm blessed to, this isn't my only form of income, but I love doing this. I love having control of my life. I love turning it off and turning it on. But it's hard for me to turn it off because I just don't turn it off. I think about this shit 24/7. You know what I mean? I eat, sleep, shit, and watching content. I'm watching this. I'm watching that. I'm seeing what this guy's posting. I'm seeing what this guy's posting. I'm seeing what that guy's posting. I'm seeing what she's posting. I'm seeing what the dog is posting. I'm seeing what the cat is posting. I'm seeing what's going on TikTok. And I put it all in my recipe and say, man, I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. I don't need to go look like that though. You know what I mean? I don't need to button up my shirt and say, "Hey, sir, how you doing, sir?" It's not what I'm about. You know what I mean? When I come to a client's house, I'm like, "Hey, what's happening?" You know what I mean? I'm Mr. Yee. I'm here to help you. And they're like, you know what I mean? It's just you. I said, no, I got my Yee's in the truck. Watch this. My guys come out. You know what I mean? The Yee's, they come out and you know what I mean, handle business because I'm a leader. I'm a motivator. I'm an inspirer. I give my guys jobs. I put them on. That's what I do. I'm not trying to, you know what I mean, ruffle my feathers or pump myself up or, grow too fast than I should. You know what I mean? And, in real life, I grew up real fast. In real life, I grew up real fast. In real life, I had to be an adult as a kid already, growing up in the San Francisco Mission. You know what I mean? Growing up in that Mission District in San Francisco, I had to be an adult real fast. A lot of you guys have been to Dolores Park in San Francisco and seen the beautiful Dolores Park. Oh, Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook lives across the street from Dolores Park. Oh my God, woo, woo. Dolores Park is so beautiful. I went to school right across from the street from Dolores Park at Mission High. That's where I went to high school at. You know what I'm saying? And I've been in it since the rooter to the tutor. You know what I mean? And you know, I didn't grow it up fast. You know what I mean? And especially California living, you grow up fast in California. I'm not trying to say to any other states or whatever it is where you guys are from, but out here we grow up fast. And yeah, going to school on a daily basis, walking to school on a daily basis, seeing drugs all over the floor, seeing needles, seeing people shot, seeing people killed, stepping over them. You know what I mean? Stores were robbed, stores were broken into, cars were on fire. That was a daily thing going to school. That was a daily thing. Before you even got to school, you seen all that. That was just a daily thing. You know what I mean? Drug addicts everywhere. People coming down into my neighborhood from Cinco de Mayo for the festivals, for the carnivals. That was all in my neighborhood. People coming down looking for drugs, partying from other counties and other cities other than San Francisco, and coming to party and asking us as young kids, where can I find some, you know what I mean? Where can I have a good time? Where do I got to go? That was just an everyday thing for us. You know what I mean? And but it turned me into the person who I am now to be strong and get it. But it took me a long time to open my eyes. You know what I mean? This shit didn't happen overnight, but it happened with, grace and being humble. And where I'm at now, I'm helping out all types of people because in my neighborhoods, in my county, in my city, people see my truck and trailers and say, "Man, I want to do that too, bro." I was just at some guy's house the other day, and he's been in the military almost 20 years. And he's like, "Man, I want to do a business like you, bro. I want to get a home service like you, bro, who makes $500 in less than 20 minutes. And you got your guys doing all the work. You didn't even lift anything." I said, "Man, I'm guiding them. I showed them. I showed them my SOPs. I showed them my systems. They know what to do." But this guy, you know what I mean? He was an MP for the military. And he's like, "Man, I'm about to retire from here almost 20 years. I'm not going to be security. I'm not going into law enforcement. I'm done. I want to get a home service like you." You know what I mean? I want to go on junk removal. I want to start junk removal because look what you're doing. It's so easy. It's so, I said, "Man, it just looks easy. But I guarantee you, if you start a junk removal business, you'll be competing with me. And it may not be that easy, especially in my area, the Yay area. That's 707. You know what I'm saying? So, but I told the guy, you know what I mean? You could do so many other things. You could be a garage door repairman. You could be an electricianist. You could be so many other, a locksmith. Locksmith. Like, man, you learn how to be a locksmith, you're gonna always have a job. Especially if you do 24-hour service and you got to hook up and you get a commercial account with a AAA and the insurance companies, you always going to have money. So, you know what I mean? Especially a garage doorman, a garage door repair. Oh man, I had to get my garage door repaired a few years ago. I had to pay $1,200 just like that, because I can't have my garage door not opening and not closing and staying open. I need my shit to be running right. So I had to get a lift master. I had to get the brand new motor with the camera, with the Wi-Fi and all this. 1,200 bucks. And that guy did that shit less than a half an hour, was done. But I had to get it done because I needed it 911. And that's what Google does. When people need something and they want it done fast, they go to Google. They go to Google. You know what I'm saying? They go to Google. They're not going other places. But if they see you and you catch their eye the right way, they will go to you. But that's when you start to master everything, when you start to master what you're doing, and you start to have that confidence, and people know about you. And you know, when it gets slow, you're having those repeater clients always calling you. You're having your commercial accounts calling you, because you could just have like one or two commercial accounts, but you know, those things, those commercial accounts can keep you so busy. You know what I mean? Oh man, they can keep you so busy when the time is right and you're there for them. And you know, I just had a apartment complex reach out to me the other day and was like, "What's up? Can we put you on our vendors list?" I said, "No." I said, "I don't want to be on your vendors list, man. You know what I mean? I want to be the vendor. I want to be the list. I don't want to just be somebody you call and you call three other guys before me, and now we're competing for a price for you." So, you know, I appreciate your business. I appreciate you reaching out to me. Thank you so much. But I don't want to be on your stinking vendors list. You know what I mean? Because sometimes those vendor list people, they ask you for so much. I mean, they ask you for so much. And if you don't have the proper qualifications, one, you just look stupid. Two, you can't even send them the paperwork. You can't do anything really. So you know what I mean? As you learn, you'll learn, you know what I mean, what to do and what not to do anymore. So you know what I mean? Learn all that shit in the beginning. Learn all that shit in the beginning. Learn, and keep on learning. Cause I still learn. I still learn every day in junk removal when I go to a new client's house, and even just learning my equipment, learning me, and you know what my body can do and what I should be doing. Cause I'm almost 50 years old in this game. I'm almost a big 5-0. You know what I mean? Hawaii 5-0, but not that type of 5-0. Not that type of 5-0. You know what I mean? Nothing against the 5-0s who are out there watching. You know what I'm saying? I salute you. Thank you for your services. But you know what I'm talking about, in years, in matureness. You know what I'm talking about? But you know, that's just what it is. And you know, this is junk removal. You know what I mean? This is not rocket scientists. This is not, you know what I mean? Like, you know, there's some people who make it like that because maybe they come from nothing, or they've been through so many things in life where they just like, nah. But me, I've been very comfortable for a while now. You know what I mean? And you know, for me to do something like this was just a blessing and just so easy for me. But you know, you learn a lot when you get into any type of business, especially when you have so many people around you doing the same thing. When you have so many people around you doing the same thing, it can get a little complicated. Egos, emotions can get in the way. But you know, me being the mature man that I am, I don't get mad at nobody. I don't point the finger at nobody. I give everybody love. And you know what I mean? I stay with love. You know what I mean? Sometimes people come in your life and they go in your life. But you know, when they come back, I still show love, because you know what I mean? I ain't there to judge. I ain't there to, you know what I mean, tell people they were wrong or they were right. You know what I mean? I make mistakes. I'm not perfect. You know what I mean? But I learned that, you know, you need to not, you know what I mean, waste time or energy being mad at somebody or disliking somebody, because you know what I mean, you never know. If I'm mad at somebody and they call me and say, "Hey man, I need you. I'm in a jam," you know what I mean, whoop, 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 I probably go out and help them, because that's just the type of person I am. You know what I mean? That's just what type of dude I am. You know what I mean? And that's just like, man, and part of my head is like, man, I don't want to. Nah, man, they don't deserve it. But then the other part of me, the Christian part of me, is like, yeah, go help them. You know what I mean? We are here to serve. We are here to help people. And you know, he's on that cross, salvation for us. He forgave us. He sacrificed his son for us. You know what I mean? To take away all of our sins. So you know what I mean? That's just it, man. You know what I mean? If you're in junk removal, if you're in any home service and you're getting money, you're blessed. But don't take advantage of this and stop. If you have bad habits, knock them out. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to tell you, There's a lot of people out here. It's very hard for me to take you serious. I may see you, I may mess with you, I may even know you, but I can't take you serious. Or I don't know if a lot of people going to take you serious if you got bad habits. Trying to tell you guys, don't have any bad habits. Knock those bad habits out, man, because you got to be a leader, you got to be a role model, and you want to act like you're this powerhouse business, but you got bad habits. That's what's going to mess you up for a long time is bad habits. Knock that shit out, you know what I mean? And do what you're supposed to do, and you know what I mean? To each his own. You know what I'm talking about? To each his own. But I can't hang out with somebody who's doing something that I won't do. That's just me. I won't hang out with people who do what I'm not down with. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? I stick to a certain code. Millionaires hang around millionaires. You know what I mean? Broke people hang around broke people. You know what I mean? Idiots hang around idiots. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Misery loves company. So, that's just it, man. You know what I mean? Knock that shit out and take care of your business. You know what I mean? Worry about you, worry about your business. And I highly, highly, highly recommend you reach out to me about my new situation I'm offering about helping you out with your social media, helping you with business hacks, helping you with business growth, and mastering your social media. I'm not talking about running ads for you. It's not what I want to do. I'm not running ads for you. I'm not doing this for that for you. I'm not doing this for you. I want to help you out with your social media and say, hey man, this is where it's kind of ugly at. You got to fix this right here. You may want to put in this. You may want to put in this. You may want to say, Mr. Yee, help me out. Teach me, show me how to do that. Let's do it. But it all takes that first step for you to reach out to your partner, reach out to me. Let me help you. Let me give you opinion on how your social media looks. If you're promoting your social media and you're putting a certain type of music on your social media and doing this, when you pull up to a client's house, do you blast the radio or do you turn the radio all the way down and say, nah, I don't want them to hear that? But why would you let them hear that on your social media? So these are things just that I've learned that I see so many mistakes people do today. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? Do you see these big companies blasting music in their restaurants? Do you see them? You know what I mean? When they open up the drive-through window, smoke comes out the window, music is playing and all this. You know what I mean? But you want to present yourself as this big business. You want to show everybody you got the biggest bag. You want to post all this and that you have all this. But you're showing a lot of people mistakes. You know what I mean? Just by your actions. You know what I'm talking about? And that's a lot of wisdom right there, man. You know what I mean? You guys could take it how you want. You know what I mean? I'd be lying if I say I don't care because I do care. That's why I say it. That's why I tell you guys, you know what I mean? If you want this look, you know what I mean? You got to have that look. You got to knock all that shit off and, really, really mature up. Like I tell a lot of people, you ain't matured yet. And it's not I'm not telling you in a bad way. You're just not that matureness level yet. You know what I mean? You're not at that level yet where you can scale because you can't scale if you're doing this, doing that, doing this, doing this. And it's just like, you know what I mean? Are you putting your business first or are you putting that other shit first? Are you putting your business first or are you putting bad habits first? So, a real one will tell you, a fake one ain't going to tell you that. Tell you that right now. You know what I mean? They're gonna tell you that at the wrong time when you know what I mean they go volcano on you and they blow up on you and they start to scream at you and you be like, man, I thought that was my partner. Nah, that ain't your partner. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But reach out to me. I hope everybody is getting money, handling their business, and Mr. Yee does this for everybody out there. I do this for my people. You know what I mean? We're live on Instagram right here. We're live on YouTube right here. And I just announced what I'm going to start helping people with my social media, social media packages, helping people out, mastering social media. You want to you want to look a lot better on TikTok. You want to look a lot better on Facebook. You want to look a lot better on Instagram. I want to help you guys tap in with, mastering social media. You know what I mean? Putting those right reels out there, putting that right content out there so you are getting the right audience. Because a lot of people are getting the wrong audience, the audience that doesn't make you any money. You know what I mean? I want the audience that, I want the audience that makes that buy, that makes that instant buy. Hey, come on over. Yes, I want a free estimate. Yes, come on over. Yes, thank you for no obligations. Come on over for that free estimate. That's what the type of that's what the type of audience I want. I want the type of audience who always sees my reels. Because remember, an average client, before they buy into you, they got to see you 20 to 50 times. 20 to 50 times. An average client has to see you before they make that decision to buy, to make that call. And it takes one bad decision for that client to go, boop. It's just like fishing. Get the net. I got a big one. I got a big one. Nah, we don't need the net yet. You ain't even got them. You ain't even got them up to the boat yet. You ain't even got. You ain't caught them until they're in the net. You ain't got the job with junk removal until you're in front of those people's houses, putting those items that belong to you now in your trailer. Because you know what I mean? You don't got the job yet until you start loading the trailer and you guys made a deal. That's when you have the job. You don't have the fish until it's in the net, in the boat. Because as we know, things can go wrong. People can cut your lines, you know what I mean, when you're fishing, and you could lose the fish. Or, you know what I mean? You just got to have the fish in the boat before, you know what I mean, you can say, that was my fish. I got that thing. That thing's being flayed tonight. That thing, you know what I'm talking about? That thing is getting flayed tonight. You know what I mean? We got fish. You know what I'm talking about? Oh boy. You know what I mean? I hope everybody liked this video today. If you're tuning in late and you're tuning in later, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. That's all the Yee asks, is that you hit that like and subscribe button. And thank you guys for being with Mr. Yee tonight. You know what I mean? It's Saturday night. I don't know what you guys got planned for tonight, but I want you guys to hopefully be safe. And you know what I mean? If you have jobs tomorrow, go get that money. You know what I mean? And think about what I said, because I'm trying to tell you guys, man, you know what I mean? This social media is taking over and you want to master it. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to tell you, there's no better way to master it than when you work with a yee and you see that, wow, man, I'm putting that content out like Mr. Yee. I'm putting those videos out. I'm having these people watch me like that. Oh wow. Oh wow. How did you hear about my business? Oh, from your social media. And then you're gonna say, man, Mr. Yee was right, man. I gotta master that social media better than that, man. I'm tripping, man. I could do it myself. I don't need to pay nobody. I could do it myself. But if I could teach you how to master social media, if I could teach you how to master those reels, if I could teach you how to help promote your business for bigger product, for bigger profits, that's where I'm happy at. You know what I mean? And it's very affordable. I'm trying to tell you, a lot of you guys may be like, man, this man, you tripping, man. I'm not paying. He just wants some money from you, man. He trying to not now he want to be a teacher or a course or all this. Nah, I want to be me. I want to teach you how to maximize your profits with social media. Are you tired of you know what I mean? People not liking, subscribing, and you know what I mean, commenting on your social media? Do you want clients to comment on your social media? How much? What do you charge? Or do you want your junk brothers and sisters to always comment and hit the like on your social media? What client do what kind of comment do you want on your social media? You want a comment from a client or do you want a comment from a brother and sister of junk removal? So that's it's all about that. You know what I mean? That 1 to 3 seconds people see who you are. You only have a few seconds for people to catch who you are. But when somebody gets up in the morning, trust me, they ain't searching for for junk removal. They ain't searching for a painter. They ain't searching for electricianist. They ain't searching for lawn care. They ain't searching for this. You got to catch their eye. And that's what social media is so good for, catching their eye. There's a lot of people who put hashtags in the wrong places. You're putting hashtags, you put so many hashtags on your post, but hashtags don't even work for that type of content, that type of platform. Hashtags work only on a certain platform. Some hashtags don't even work on that kind of platform. But you keep on doing this. And you believe what they say, copy, post, and paste. Yeah, keep on copying and see what happens. But let Mr. Yee teach you the social media game, how to run those reels, how to master editing, how to master so much good content where it's like people are like amazed. People are commenting on your comments now, like, man, your reels, your videos look so good. That's why I hired you. That's what it's all about. So you really have to be, you know what I mean, ready for this. And you really have to think, man, maybe I do need to change my stuff up. Maybe he's right. And I'm only giving you this game because this is what Mr. Yee does. He brings all that content for you guys. But you know, we've been in it now, you know what I mean, an hour and 15 minutes. And I think I've been rambling too long. I think I've been talking enough now. And nobody's dropped really a question. So it's all good, it's all love. You know what I mean? The Yee is still going to do his thing and still going to be back next Saturday. We are here on live. We're going to be live on Instagram, live on YouTube every Saturday. Every Saturday, we're going live, 7 p.m. PST, West Coast time. Saturday, the Yeeeee takeover on YouTube. So, if anybody else is putting content out on Saturdays, I suggest you put it before the Yeeeee show or maybe after the Yeeeee show. You may not want to put it before the Yeeeee show. I mean, during the Yeeeee show, because it might be like, whoa, man. You know what I mean? But, I put this content out for you guys, and, reach out to me if you guys want help with the social media. You guys want to take over that content. You guys want to create better reels, and you guys want to learn how to do it yourself. And you guys want to work with an expert like Mr. Yee, and master this. Reach out to me because I got a black belt in this, and you know what I mean. That's what I do. I got a black belt in junk removal, and now I got a black belt in social media marketing, advertising, business hacks, what I mean, business growth, and helping you guys out for bigger profits. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, it's all about making money. Don't get it twisted. It's all about making money at the end of the day. Nothing personal. It's strictly business. It's only business. So you know what I mean? But Mr. Yee is live on Instagram. Mr. Yee is live on YouTube. And Denise, thank you so much for hitting that subscribe button. I appreciate the love. I thank you so much for the love. Make sure you go over to the Instagram now and go follow Mr. Yee, No Limit Hauling and Junk Removal on Instagram. You guys can also catch me on No Limit Hauling and Junk Removal on my Facebook, but I mostly put all my content too on my original personal Facebook, Rudy Uribe. You guys can find that there. And of course, you guys can catch me on TikTok. I upload a couple videos a day on TikTok. Straight game though. And that's No Limit Hauling on TikTok. And of course, you guys know the Yee is here on YouTube. And this is the takeover. You know what I mean? Every Saturday night. So thank you guys so much for logging in. Thank you guys so much for being part of the show today. I salute you. You know what I'm talking about? Everybody have a good weekend. Be safe, get money, but be responsible and be safe out there. Remember, one job at a time. You know what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. And Cisco, what's up, my brother? I appreciate that too. You know what I mean? You enjoy the rest of it, and you know what I mean? Yes, yes. You know what I'm saying? This is what we do. Thank you guys so much for tapping in. And with that, I'm gonna go back on Instagram right here for another couple minutes. Go back in on Instagram. We're gonna end this right here. Yes, yes. You already know it's the yee yee. Oh boy. You know what I'm talking about? You know.